first of all, I just want to say go to Spotify and look up A World for You. You can download his music there. And also, we made it pretty close to 5 o'clock.
Surprisingly. Took the wrong turn. Who knew?
No internet. Who knew?
That's how it goes. This is us.
I like it. I like the live. I like doing it because we're a mess most of the time. So why doesn't this, match our lives?
Yes.
Oh, man.
But we have a good topic today.
We do. Comparison game.
Which I think everybody struggles with.
We all do it.
Most definitely.
I for sure do it. And that's just being human.
Yeah. And a lot of times we say, oh, I don't feed into it. I don't pay attention to it. But it's like,
I feel like without knowing it.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes you catch yourself
Yep.
where you're really, what other people think of you or you're comparing yourself to is such a big part of your life.
It really is. And I notice like I said, without even noticing that I'm comparing myself to other people, I am. And it affects sometimes, how I look at myself and the goals that I have set out for myself and the life path and everything that goes along with it.
Yeah. So one thing before we jump into this, we should probably introduce ourselves.
Kelly Patricia.
This is Darcy Elizabeth. We are both health and wellness coaches. I actually have a little course that I do called Blissfully Fit Method, and Kelly's in there. And
check it out.
We'll be here every Tuesday. We're going to get a time set.
I was going to say, because today is different than it normally has been.
Yeah. We're figuring it out. We're new.
We got this.
We're new.
And so today we're 30 minutes later than we normally are.
Yep.
Which on a Tuesday night, it's not too bad.
Not too bad. So as Kelly was saying, that is such a big part of our life. And also when it goes to our goals.
Absolutely.
Do you want to talk more on that part?
Goals. So
my favorite.
I know. I noticed, let's talk about my physical goal that I had when I was trying to lose all this weight and get in shape. So because social media is such a big thing, I would compare my results to everybody I was watching. And sometimes that would really hinder my process because I would look at this person and say, well, she can do it and she's getting this kind of results. How come I'm not, losing weight or getting the results I want as fast or at all? So that was a huge part, and mindset goes along with that we always talk about.
For sure.
Because you can really, really destroy the goals that you're working towards when you're comparing yourself to other people and what they have going on.
Yeah. And another part is not only can you destroy your own goals or be your own worst advocate almost, but you also might not even try to pursue them. Right. Because you're so intimidated and you're like, I can't be her.
Right.
And when it comes to I think about my weight loss journey, it felt like, I would lose that 20 pounds and then I lost 30 pounds. And then I was like, oh, I need to keep going because I don't look like so-and-so.
Right.
Or I can't run as fast as so-and-so because I used to be really big into running. And I was always comparing myself to, social media, to my friends, just anybody that was, better in that area.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. And it stops a lot of people from even doing what they want to set out to do in the first place because of the comparing. Oh, I can't do that. She's been doing this for so long. How the heck am I ever going to keep up with her?
Right.
Sorry, I actually, not even just working out, job-wise, anything, I always would be like, well, I can't do that because I would be comparing myself to everyone else in that field. So,
yeah. And so we do that. So we affect our goals. But one thing we don't think about is the bigger picture. What really is going on behind the scenes of those people? How is their life really?
Yep.
And Are they putting more effort than you? Like, what are their strong suits compared to yours?
Right. Some people can just handle the situations and just go at it in a different way, which may make them pursue it faster or start.
Yeah. Or like simply just been in the game longer.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, especially when it comes to like health and fitness,
Oh, big time.
you're comparing yourself to somebody who's, been focusing hardcore on their health and fitness for 10 years and you're a month into it.
I would compare myself to the trainers. I'm like, oh my God. Like any of the trainers, I'm like, I can't do what they did. How am I ever going to get this? Well, for one, they do this for a living and this is their job. And if you think this workout is the only one they're doing, you're crazy. Because they are constantly working on it 24/7. And it's such a battle to get through.
It is. And I think every day you have to work on it.
Every day.
So like for me, I'm trying to expand my business and we're doing this.
Yeah.
Which is a prime example to not let that comparison game get into your head because we're new and we see all these other people out there having podcasts, doing, they're on shows, doing lives all the time. And it's easy even, for us to be sitting here and being like,
to judge our stuff on something that someone else does.
Right.
We are our own people. We do it our way. And that's the thing I like is you need to be you, don't be anyone else. And that's, I feel like the beauty, like when people know me personally, they know I'm crazy. They know I'm out there. That's just the way it goes. And I'm okay with that. So to, have me or Darcy compare ourselves and our journey, especially with the talk show, to anyone else is irrelevant because they're nothing like us and we're nothing like them. And that's okay.
Right. Yeah. And like, that point of being like, this is your life. Don't let the comparison game like discourage you. But let's talk about that point of like how people's life is very hidden, even our own.
Right.
There's stuff we don't share with you guys because it's not our strong suit.
It's social media. So you see what we want you to see. Do I post everything that goes on in my life? No. Would it be interesting? Probably.
It would keep you on the edge of your seat.
That's it. But
yeah, like one area in my life that I don't ever share about is my relationship because it's, I've been through a lot. I've been through, divorce. I'm very young. And then you have all these little bumps in the road and people are always like, well, why don't you share that part? But here's the thing.
For one, it's not just you,
right.
It's you and it involves other people.
Yes, that's a great point.
You have to really be, if it has to do everything with me, then it's an easier thing to share.
Yes. Like it's almost like, it's not only your news to share to everybody.
Right.
And, people that are sharing their fitness, sharing their health, all that's their strong suit.
Right.
So we share it. We share our health and fitness because we have transformations. Right. Kelly has lost 80 pounds.
And we like to help.
We like to do this. We like to talk too.
But it's true. Like relationships, for instance, me and my other half I don't post him on social media a lot because that's not his thing. He doesn't do social media.
Not his jam.
Right. It's not his jam. And so when I do post, I feel like I post really, cute pictures. Whatever. But do I put up a thing and be like, oh my God, we just got in a huge fight, you guys. Watch out. No, I don't show you that. You guys, we built a house together. We quit smoking cigarettes together. We have done X, Y, and Z together. But did I show you every single day? No. So I feel like don't ever compare yourself to someone's journey because, hey, like I said, you only see what we want you to see, right?
Right.
So
definitely. And like one thing I've always noticed, so like if I ever get feedback from people that's very negative and I'm constantly hearing them like talk about my life and it gets to me, right? Because other people's opinion, shouldn't be your business, but sometimes it drives you nuts.
Yeah.
Just remember that is a target area in their life they're not comfortable with.
Right.
So a lot of times when people point out things,
Absolutely.
it's because they're really insecure about it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's something that they struggle with as well. So they like to compare,
compare,
judge.
and like even think about yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I look at other people and I'm like, well, she did this funny. And it's like, yeah, that's really insecurity of mine. That's why I'm pointing it out. That's why I noticed it.
Yeah. I do that a lot. Like, I guess in my weight loss journey, I have so many things to relate to this. So I do go back to it a lot, is I was so insecure. And that's a good reason why I did the health and wellness journey, because I needed to fix, you know, not necessarily my outside, but everything going on, you know, my inside, and just be happy with myself. But on that journey, I would compare myself to other women. And then it was just, it was a mess, because I got down to the smallest weight that I had, and I had basically a 6-pack, and I was still miserable, saying, well, how come I can't get that 6-pack like that girl Danielle that I follow every single day, who's a trainer who works out 24/7? That's her life. So that would affect my results, because that's all I would do is compare, which doesn't help anyone.
And it just really gets in your mind, and it's really getting back to like getting that mindset in check. And it's really hard to do that.
It is.
And like we talked a lot last week about personal development.
Yeah.
But that is also, you know, that's great to have something to do every single day. But this is where a coach does work well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, or a community. And like I think about me and Kelly, like we'll be like, oh, you know, this is a downfall of ours. Look at so and so. And then we have each other, keep each other in check.
Right. Big time.
Yeah.
Check, girl. Check. Another thing I was going to say is the comparison women have with other women is they'll say, I hate her. But do you?
Right. That's a good one.
But do you though?
No, that is such a good one.
Because I've even done this. I'm like, oh my God.
Let's chat.
I don't like her.
Yeah, no.
But you know what? Do I really know her, or am I judging her? Am I comparing myself or my life to her and her life and what she posts? Or, you know, it doesn't even have to be social media, just what I see.
A great example is think about people that you feel are not a fan of you. Okay. Right. We got plenty of those.
Got them.
Got them. And then all of a sudden you see that they're watching your story every day. I'm just saying. They don't hate you too much.
It's true, though.
If they're watching your stories and they're just, you know, checking things out, seeing what you're up to, or even the simple reaction many times, like I'll hear people say, or I have said, I'd be like, I hate you. You look so good. You know, or you look so good. I hate you. Right. It's like, what?
Right.
We literally take the word hate and take it with comparison and just mix it up when really you're right.
I know.
Do you really hate them if you're totally, you know, checking them out and seeing what they're up to? No.
I feel like when it's like that, we need to embrace what we're trying to compare.
Yes.
And like let it bring us together.
Right. Take that jealousy, take that envy, and literally turn it into your motive.
Right.
Make it so that's your motivation. And like a lot of times, I like will bring a lot of positive energy, and people are like, oh my God, you have so much energy. But there's a lot of things I do for that, right?
Absolutely.
Like that's one of my
that's
one of my things that I like to like always bring to the table is be positive. We have a lot of energy, but there's certain steps I have to take. So if you're constantly comparing yourself to somebody about a certain, you know, quality or mindset they have, anything like that, good news. You can do it. You can change anything in your life that you like set your mind to. And we are constantly like comparing ourselves, but really we just got to remember that this is our life.
This is it. And we get one.
Get one.
And so this is something that I struggle with, because I would have people say to me when I worked in the public, how are you so happy all the time? Why are you so bubbly? Da, 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 da. Well, because despite anything that I go through in life, and let me tell you, it is not all peaches and freaking rainbows. Sorry.
This is no kid.
Oh, okay. So, it doesn't matter what I go through. I try to show up every day with a positive mindset. And if I don't, I really try. I do. I try to show up with a positive mindset to get myself through that day because we only get one life. So to me, and I try to live every day like it could be my last. I know that's sad to say, but I mean, you really have to enjoy the time that you're here because life is short and you get one. So why would you want to compare it to somebody else when you could just be using that fuel to fire whatever you have inside your soul that'll make you want to just burst out and do the things that you want to do rather than be like, oh, and compare yourself to someone else doing whatever you wanted to do.
Totally. Fire. Let that comparison, let that jealousy that you have of someone's trait or even the person in general, use it as fire.
Right. Because you don't know what they're going through. They just might be a little bit better at getting through it. For example, I have a lot of anxiety, especially lately. So I let that hinder my process in anything that I'm doing right now. So my thing with that is because, and I'll use Darcy as an example, since she's right here, we are in the health and wellness industry, and that's just what we do. We like to help people. And Darcy is yes, I will do this. You know what I mean? She's just in it to do better for herself, for her family. And she says yes to opportunities. I have this voice inside my head that gives me a little anxiety. And I'm like, do I really want to say yes to that? Do I really want to speak on that call? Do I really want to do this? And she's all like, yeah, I got goals. I'm going to do it. And then I feel like I have this little person over here again with the weird people on my shoulders, And it's telling me, I don't think you do. But I want to be where, she is business wise, and just succeeding in what she loves to do is what I love to do as well. So we may just handle it differently, but we try to go about it not in the same way because we're very different. But you know what I mean? I try not to compare my business and her business because we do things differently. We have different things going on in our lives. We handle situations differently. She's way better handling situations.
No. Like, here's the thing is that, like, I say yes to all these opportunities, but the funny thing is like Kelly, I'll push her around, like, come on, you can do this. And then she ends up being like the star of the show. Like for instance, if she's doing a fitness program, all of a sudden she's like killing it. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I'm always, she's really good. If she gets that mindset, she's like, will be 110% her nutrition. Right. And I'm like, girl, let's say some Doritos.
So
I just say some more Doritos.
So that's where we come together instead of like that, oh my God, I hate you for doing this, or oh my God, I hate you. And she does this. So how can I, instead of comparing ourselves, we use that as fuel.
Yes.
And we just run with it.
Yeah.
We make us better.
Yeah. We make
what we want to do.
Make us better, but we also like lean into each other. Like if you see someone and that you're like, oh my God, they're like doing awesome. Well, guess what? The 5 people you surround yourself with is who you are going to start resembling. So, if you're seeing something in that person that you really like, then definitely, get to know them. See what are they doing on social media? What are if they have freemiums or anything like that,
right?
Jump in, check it out.
Another comparison. I do it all the time. And this is something so simple, but yet it'll make me take forever when I'm trying to get ready. Sometimes, like say I have a really good event, hair. This girl has so much hair. I have thin hair. So I will compare myself. And I'm like, why is it like this? And it takes me, I feel like takes me longer to get ready sometimes because I'm like, what the heck? Because I'm constantly, I'm better now, but you know what I mean? This is what I feel like hindered my process in the beginning is the comparison game, but you really have to work on not letting that affect what you want to do. And you just roll with it. You just do what you need to do.
Yeah. You want to know what we need to make a note of another talk show we got to do is collagen in hair.
Mm,
That's a good one
big
because
time.
we both have before and afters.
Yeah.
We both have before and afters of
Mess in mess.
Actually, you know what? My hair looks like really good right now, but remember when I was thin?
Yeah.
That could have been stress.
Like
too.
mine right now.
But my nutrition was not good either. But
Yeah.
collagen has changed us a lot.
Big
So
time.
that was a little side note.
Big time, big time, big time. But it's like that with anything, business, hair. Like growing up, I would compare my situation, my living situation with
Oh my
friends at
gosh.
school, my cousin
That was the worst
who
for
was
me.
right next to me. And I feel like that played a lot in my self-confidence that I didn't have growing up because of the comparison game. For instance, I was so fortunate. My grandparents let us, like we had my grandparents' house growing up till I was like 15, and it was an older farmhouse. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but it wasn't the nicest looking house on the outside. It was very like fallen in, it's old school. And so would I be embarrassed when the bus dropped me off at it? Maybe. I'm like, can you drop me off at Lindsay's driveway?
Yeah, so that actually hits like extremely at home for me.
But it's true. It's the comparison game, no matter what age.
Yeah. So like, I'm going to be straight up. I did not grow up in a good house. Like it was really run down. Literally, I would never bring my friends to them. I mean, like think about us growing up. I had like a few, like 4 friends I would bring there, and I would never like, if I got a boyfriend, I would never bring him there because I would have my parents like, either meet us somewhere or, I was old enough to drive, whatever it may be, because I was so insecure about our house. And I felt like that really resembled me. That's probably how you felt.
Because you were comparing your home situation to other people.
Yep. Taking those comments people would say about my house and looking at my friends' houses like you were saying. And literally for so many years, I like think about how much of a pain point that was for me. Because I was literally comparing myself. And, that was a situation I had no control over, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we were sitting there comparing ourselves to something that we literally had no control over, no handle on, and nothing we could do about it.
Right. And a big thing is like we always tell ourselves, if you can't have any control over the situation, then you really need to work on how you're going to get through it in a more of a positive way, whether it's a positive situation or not. You have to get through that because that's life, you guys. And I mean, I'll keep going back to this because I notice it more and more lately. My anxiety trying to almost paralyze me in a lot of the things that I do. So you really have, no matter what's going on, you really have to fight through that. And the comparison game, I feel like, comes down to mindset.
Yeah.
Because like you said, that had to do with us and like our insecurities growing up and not anyone else's. I'll tell you what, my mom worked hard growing up. So it had nothing to do with, you know what I mean? 2 jobs. And the outside of my house just didn't look as fancy as a lot of other people. And that had nothing to do with it. So it was just me on the inside. I'm like, and it may have been, living next to a nice house. I'm like, oh, I'll just share the driveway.
Yeah. I actually live here.
Away from us.
I'd run over to my friend Holly's house. So if you're watching this, Holly, one of my best friends, I used to run over there, catch a bus because I was like, I want someone to know where I actually live.
Yeah. And that had everything to do with us and just like our insecurities and comparison to everyone else and whatever was going on at that time. And it's crazy. And I'm sure you're thinking, I mean, whether you had the same comparison issues that we've had, I know people have comparison issues, whether you're a man like, oh no, I'm good. I got none.
Let's be for real.
I call BS. You do. Think about it, whether it's in your work, home, friends, so I'm going to use this as an example. I was talking to this girl and I mentioned another girl. No names. Don't worry. You're good. But I mentioned this girl's name and she's like, oh my God, I don't like her.
Was I one of the girls?
No. And I'm like, why? She's great. I don't know. I just don't like her.
That's always a good one.
I'm like,
I can think of myself. I've done that.
and I've done that.
Mhm.
But the more I thought about that, it kind of hit me, and I'm like, okay, this girl's the girl that she doesn't like. Nice, probably one of the nicest people I've ever met. Hardest working people I've ever met. Never did anything wrong to anyone, and yet she still has haters. Guys, that's weird, right?
That's a good point.
Why? Because this other person, I feel like, is also comparing their selves or insecurities or something with this other person. And that's just what it is, you guys. Love it or leave it. That's what it is.
Love it or leave it. That's what we should name this one. Love it or leave it.
That's it. That's true. And like I said, no matter what situation, home, work, there, here, we all play a role in it, I feel like.
Yeah.
So the more you can.
We're all guilty of it.
Yeah, we are, because I do that too. And I try. The thing that I do differently now, though, is I catch myself when I do it.
Yeah, that's a big way of growing too.
Big time. And I'm like, but maybe I don't hate this person. Or maybe I don't think that their life is better. Or maybe you know what I mean? So it all has to do with being okay with where you're at, with what you have. And if you're not,
do something.
Let's get it.
Do it. Turn that jealousy, that envy into your motivation. Create a plan.
Let's do it.
You can literally, this is your life.
Yeah.
You can literally create it the way you want it to be. And, that's the
take
great
advantage
thing.
of that.
Yeah, we're lucky.
Take advantage of that one life, you guys. I cannot stress this enough, because this is something I strongly believe in. You get one, so you better make it a good one. You do not want, if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, I do not want to spend today comparing myself to anyone else in the world.
Right.
I don't want to be upset with myself. I don't want to talk smack about myself, because when you're in the mirror and you're being like, oh, well, I don't like this about myself, because I'm comparing my whatever with other people that I see on social or in person or whatever, has nothing to do with that. You really have to enjoy the time that we have here with what you have. Like, make your life the best.
Yeah. I think we nailed it.
Yeah, guys.
We covered it.
Yeah.
So if you
We
guys,
try not to make it too long.
yeah,
you
we
know.
don't want to make it too long. We're at
We get
28 minutes.
We get it.
But what would really help us is if you share this video, if you
Absolutely.
subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check us out. We're both on Instagram and Facebook. I'm at DarcyElizabeth.co.
And I am Kelly Patricia in Instagram. There is an underscore in between.
Yeah, so come check us out. We'll also put that down in the comments below this video. And share it away. Tell, your friends and family that could benefit from this, because I feel like we spent so many years of our life being so worked up about comparing ourselves that we could be farther along in our journey.
Yeah.
We could be, if we had the confidence, if we had, not comparing ourselves, 5 years ago, where would we be today?
Right. Absolutely. Got to start somewhere with what you have.
Thanks, y'all. Happy Tuesday.
Tune in next Tuesday.